Guys, coming to you live. I'm Erica Bethel, and I am super excited to come to you live. I'm on my group page, my live page, and I'm even going live for the first time over on YouTube. So I hope that you guys can hear me. I'm going to turn over the chat, so you should be able to just chat, and if you have something to say, would love to hear your comment. Definitely want you to be able to engage and comment and ask questions. But today I am going to talk about food matters for movement. So if you don't know this already, I'm super pumped to be here. And I have been in the fitness world for the past 10 years. The last year I launched my own online fitness business, and I really cover it all, capturing the whole health. And part of that whole health is your food, okay? It is what you put in your brain, both food, your mental health. May is actually Mental Health Month. If you did not know that, if you haven't heard that yet. So all of that definitely comes together, even spiritually, right? And that's what I really want to share and drive home today. So if you are watching this on the replay, please comment replay so I can make sure I'm using a different mic today as well. I want to make sure the volume is coming through to you guys. So why do I even talk about this today is because it is something that is heavy, not necessarily heavy today, but it has been heavy on my heart in the past. Being in the fitness world and training classes in front of groups of people, really, when you think of that type of person, you probably think, oh, they have a ton of confidence and really can rock it out and all those things. And absolutely, I would agree with that. But it also takes some strength from within whenever you go through life changes, right? For me, so my son is 4.5, and after I had him, I had a hard time losing weight and getting back to the size I wanted, right? And it was really more so, the deeper issue was about being healthier for my family. But for a long time, mentally, I let the number on the scale really navigate my success, which I wasn't having any, and I was eating the right things, and I was eating healthy, which we're going to talk about. I'm going to talk more about that today because we're talking about why food matters for movement. And really just like want you to take the whole thing and just toss it out the window, right? So whenever I'm working with clients, I typically work with macros because I want you to be able to eat in freedom and have that flexibility. Whenever you figure out how to do that, able to have that freedom. So we're not going to get into that so much today. What I really want to talk about, though, is I do see someone on live. I don't know who it is. If you can see me, just like this video or comment. I want to make sure you can hear me. Hopefully you can. Or just keep watching and I'll know that there's some audio attached. So why food matters for movement, right? None of us can drive on empty forever. That's the first point I really want to talk about, right? So we cannot drive on empty forever, just like your vehicle. Is anyone drive on that red? You get in the red and you just see how far you can go. Does anyone do that? Let me know in the comments. And I used to be, let's see if I can get over here. All right, I can see. My screen looks weird. All right, I see Amy. Hi, awesome, it's working. Okay, does anyone drive on the E, or maybe you have the check engine light on in your truck? Kind of want you to think of your body as your vehicle, right? Your vehicle that's going to carry you places, your vehicle that may be taking you on vacation this summer, right? Anyone going on fun vacations this summer? Let me know in the comments. Would love to hear it. Maybe to make this a little bit bigger picture for you, is anyone flying somewhere? Is anyone flying somewhere this summer? Because you definitely would not want your pilot to be running on E or have the, what you call it, the check engine light on your plane, right? You would want that to be well maintained, taken care of, and your body is the same way. Okay, so a lot of times people will say, "Oh, I ate bad food," but your body is much smarter than that, right? Your body can actually take food and process it. Of course, if you fill it up with junk food, it's not going to perform as good. But food is food and you do need to eat. Oftentimes, a lot of people, whenever they come to me, the number one problem I would actually say is that people are not eating enough. Women are not eating enough and they are not eating enough carbs. Yes, you need carbs. Your body is fueled by carbs, right? And then protein is a close second. Carbs and protein actually, protein's usually a little bit lower for most people, right? But you got to get that protein up, and you cannot forget about your carbs, right? It's fueling you, and it's helping repair and rebuild those muscles whenever you do use them for workouts or whatever. Last week we talked about, I had Coach Carson with me, my husband, and we talked about exercise and different forms of exercise, the 5 key components and all that. But like I said, we're going to talk mostly about food today. So if any of this is relatable so far, let me know in the comments. But basically what I'm talking about is you eat healthy and nothing is changing. Maybe you have low energy. Maybe you your hormones might be a little iffy as far as fluctuating, and you just can't seem to let go of that unwanted fat that you were holding on to, right? So if any of that is kind of relatable, let me know in the comments. But what I want to share with you is whenever I realized, and as a personal trainer and having my nutrition background, all that stuff, like I knew food was important. I knew all that, but I wasn't prioritizing what I really needed to. I wasn't prioritizing my relationship with God. And you're like, okay, what does that have to do with it? Whenever I started working on my spiritual journey and all of that, it really uncovered more things that I needed to dive into, and it connected my whole health. That's why I like to connect all of it, right? So you can't drive on empty. That's your point number one, okay? You can't drive on empty. And actually up there with that, if you do not have a good routine, journaling, we're going to talk more about mindset and that stuff next week. So I'll come back to that. But if you don't have a good, steady routine for your journaling, connecting with God, whatever that looks like for you, if it's not constant, if it's not something in your routine, definitely prioritize it, okay? Because He will uncover what you need, all right? Whether that's a coach, you know what to do, you just need the motivation to do it, and motivation comes and goes, right? So number one, not driving on empty. If you are driving on empty, stop and reevaluate. You've got to take care of you, right? You are the vehicle driving a lot of your family, your kids probably, helping your husband. You probably prepare or at least plan most of the meals at home. And without you, the whole family is going to start maybe not having the best choices or sources ready available, right? So don't drive on E. Think of your body as that machine, right? If you want to think even bigger picture, maybe you're taking care of a team at work. You're taking care of a team. Maybe you're whatever teacher. You have your own business. Whatever that looks like for you, right? You are driving that ship, and without you leading it, everything else is going to trickle down the line. So make sure you're putting good fuel in. Okay, you have to put the good fuel in. Say got it if you got it in the comments, right? And for everyone, that's going to be a little bit different. We're going to talk about a couple of different things. But number two, I want you to know you need to repair and rebuild. All right, what am I talking about? Last week we talked about exercises. So when you exercise, your body needs to have that repair right after, right? Your protein, your carbs, whether it's a protein shake, maybe it's whole foods, right, that you are getting in after that workout to replenish your muscle, right? We want to replenish the muscle. We want to take care of the muscle, because whenever we do that, we build the muscle up. We ramp up our metabolism, okay? So whenever we ramp up our metabolism, it basically helps our body burn more fat. And guess what? We burn more fat, we need to eat more food. Food is fuel, and it's just a continuous good thing. Anyone like to eat in here? I love to eat. So whenever I am amping up my metabolism, it's always a good thing. So repairing and rebuilding. If you are not eating after you work out, and not only after you work out, think of like if you are playing with your kids, kids often need a snack, okay? You do too. Maybe you've just gotten done with a busy work day, you're taking a break at work, you've been on your feet, you're using your mind, like your brain still needs that food. And your brain is an organ too to take care of and nourish and put good food in. Anyone, Dr. Daniel Amen fans in here? If you are, he is really big on nourishing your body, but taking care of like what you put in your body. He's a pretty big stickler. What you put in your body directly affects your brain, and there's a lot connected to that. And fun fact, I don't know if it's fun, but the more sugars, the more processed foods, which is the next point, that you put in your body, that actually harms your brain and your whole thinking, and it can add some depression, which is bad for your whole body, right? And with it being Mental Health Month, you want to definitely stay away from those things, okay? So eating whole foods is point number 3, right? Eating whole foods. So what you eat really does matter. And the more you can eat the whole foods, the actual fruit, vegetables, not processed, right? It usually takes a little bit more prep work, but there are some sources available to you in your grocery store that make it a little bit easier. What I'm talking about is whenever they have the vegetables already chopped up and you can grab a side of hummus, right? That's a great easy snack. It's got some protein in there. You've got carbs, you've got healthy fats. Okay, we are not ignoring any of the macros, all right? So notice I'm not saying don't eat carbs. Like vegetables are carbs. All your fiber is gonna be carbs, but it's good carbs that your body needs, okay? And the more real food that you can eat, the more your body is going to absorb it and use it. So when your body's using the food as fuel, it's gonna perform better. You're gonna feel better, your skin's gonna look better, and it's going to help build those muscles, get rid of that fat, right? But really want you to start thinking of your body and what does it look like to fuel your body instead of just you're just eating because of how it makes you feel. Or but really, if you start thinking about how it makes you feel, the better foods that you do eat, you're going to notice that your mood is better. Your mind is more clear, right? So start thinking, instead of thinking, I'm eating this because I'm trying to be healthier for a weight loss reason, I want you to shift that thinking into, let me eat this because it's going to be good for my brain, for my body, and it's going to help give me energy, right? So all of that is definitely important, okay? And of course, your macros, right? Your macros, like all of them matter. Don't ever, I hear so often, I'm not doing carbs anymore, or I've cut my carbs, whatever. I've heard that so much and it makes me sad, because carbs are good for you. They help fuel your body. They help with your hormone levels, all that stuff. And it can be really dangerous if you start to make a macro much lower than it should be, okay? So protein, super important. Carbs are super important. Fats too, right? They help keep us fuller longer. They help keep your hormones level. So the healthy, good fats your body needs, right? Avocado is a great one. Any avocado lovers in here, right? So those are the 4 main points. I'm not going to get too much into this. Don't want this to be a super long video because I know your attention span is probably pretty short if it's anything like mine. I know scrolling through social media, sometimes I will watch the whole thing, but oftentimes if it's more than 15 to 20 minutes, it's hard for me to stay put, right? Unless I'm at my desk listening. Okay, so just remember, food matters for movement. And I want to leave you with a couple of things, all right? And if you before you go, if if you didn't grab my why food little template and you want it, just say why food matters in the comments and I will get it over to you. All right. And if you're ready to take action on this, stay around. If you're not sure where to start, anything like that. Maybe you feel like you also feel I've eaten the good things, I've eaten healthy food, and things just aren't moving. I still have low energy. I don't feel good. If that's something that you need help with and you're ready to take action on that, just say action in the comments and I'll come back and I'll check on you. All right. So that could mean something like a free resource for you. It could mean hop on a quick phone call and see if there's something more I can help you find in here. Or it could mean that we work together and I'm your coach and I help guide you through those problems and I lay out the blueprint for you. All right. So if that's something, any of those things you need some help with and you're ready to take action, just say action in the comments and I will get over to you. Right. But like I said, before I leave you guys, I wrote down we're doing inside our VIP group, we are doing a challenge and it's a self-confidence challenge and it is basically daily affirmations and there's some little things that we do with it. But today is I am strong. Okay, so I am strong. And if you are watching this, I want you to first of all type it in the comments. Tell me I am strong. I want you to acknowledge that you are strong. Okay, sometimes it's easy to think, oh, okay, let me say that, but I don't really believe it. I don't really feel it. All right. So I want you to know, like, this is not just like muscle strong. Okay. Not necessarily that, but you are strong spiritually. Yes, Amy, you're strong mentally, physically, all of the things. And it could be because you're disciplining yourself into stay into a habit that you've been creating. Maybe it's a habit that you are working on your spirituality. You're getting into the Bible, you're doing prayer every day, whatever that looks like. Okay. Maybe it is just something as simple as I am strong enough to take care of myself so I can take care of my family, right? But I am strong. You woke up this morning, you are watching this video, all right? And you are here. And what I haven't done my workout this morning yet, actually. Woke up with a tough morning this morning. I'll share my story. So my toddler, I guess I can call her that. She's 2 now. She woke up at 5 this morning. And I usually get up at 6, so 5 it's okay, but whatever. I like to sleep. Okay. So she got up at 5 this morning and kind of just like not in a good mood. And so it was really kind of she kind of threw my morning off, to be honest, if I'm being honest. Can I be honest with you guys? All right. She threw my morning off and but I know that that does not navigate my day. Okay. So I did not let it navigate my day, kind of shook it off. But anyway, long story short, so I missed my window of workout time whenever that happened. So I've already got it etched in. I have a plan B in line. All right. But I do have on my board over here, I've got my workout written. And at the top of it, this is what I want to share with you guys. I wrote this out for yesterday. So I typically myself work out 3 times a week, at least 3 strength workouts. But I wrote at the top, put on the full armor of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. That's Ephesians 6:11. So putting on the full armor of God, what does that look like for you? And it's different for everyone, right? And for me, like I am strong. Today I'm thinking about that. What am I doing to put on the full armor of God? Is it taking care of my body physically, mentally, emotionally? What I'm putting in my body? If I'm putting sugars in my body, or if I'm putting things in my body that aren't really going to help fill it up with good fuel, that's not going to help repair and rebuild muscles. If it's not whole foods, like, yes, I occasionally will have that stuff, but if I'm constantly putting that food into my body, am I putting on the full armor of God? Or am I just throwing trash in my body. And I don't want to like make anyone feel shame at all. This is me personally. I want you to think about, what does that mean to you? So what does it mean to put on the full armor of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes, right? Sugar can affect your brain and make it depressed, right? So depression is not something that is going to help you put that armor on. When the devil's schemes come, it puts you into a downward spiral, right? In that downward spiral, it's easy to just fall into more of it. Oftentimes, like if you have like a time where you just kind of like what's the word, like binge on that type of stuff, and you don't get pulled back out of it from either a friend, a mentor, a coach, whatever that looks like. So if you don't have you one of those, an accountability buddy, like get you one now. Comment here. There's probably someone who would love to connect with you. Or if you need help from a coach, I would love to connect with you. But my point being, like having that mentor or accountability partner to help pull you out of that, because the devil's schemes get stronger and stronger as well. And when we allow ourselves to get in that headspace, it's easy. You let one seed of doubt in and it multiplies. And that's why working on your, like prioritizing your spiritual journey with God and putting him first, making sure that part is strong. Like I am strong. When you say that, I want you to think your whole body, like your whole body is strong. And maybe you're working on some of those points. And that's like, we're always working to be better, right? I'm always working to be better. I'm sure you are too. If you're still alive, your purpose is still going, right? So making sure that you come back to that and remember, and let that be your motivation or your source of like why, right? That's what we kind of talked about in the first video when we were talking about physical exercise and what that looks like for you. Like, don't ever do something, and that's something I really want you to pay attention to. I didn't really mention this, but as far as like the fad diets and the different programs that you can get on there that are like a fad and not really a lifestyle, where you can eat whole foods. Make sure you're not skipping out on any of your macronutrients, your carbs, your fats, your proteins, right? Don't skip out on any of them, right? But eat whole foods. Find a program that's going to fit into your lifestyle. When I say your lifestyle, like long term, is it something that you're going to be able to every single day put on the full armor of God with your food, your fitness, your mindset, like all of those things, they all matter and they all connect. And when they do, you're able to then be the best version of yourself. So you can teach and disciple your children, and then not only them, but probably people that you're working with, your friends, your family. They all need you, right? They need you to be the best version of yourself. And your food matters, y'all. Your food fuels you, not only your body, but your brain. And like your brain health is highly connected to what you're putting in your body, in your mouth, right? So do it for that. Whenever you're eating, think about like, let me put on the full armor of God, and just honor him by eating those foods, right? And you can still eat the foods that you love. And during this time, I want you to find the foods that also love you back. If you know of those foods that love you back, let me know. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, and you want to chat more about this, I would love to connect with you and see if I can help you find a resource, or maybe it would be an opportunity for us to work together. Either way, I am here for you guys, and I'm super excited that y'all hung out with me today, and I hope y'all have a fabulous week. But remember, like, eat the foods that you love and the foods that love your body back, okay? Don't cut out any macros. Eat the whole foods. Eat real food grown from a plant, raised in a pasture, right? So if you can remember those things and just like keep it simple, right? The more you can eat out of the ground versus a package, it's going to be helpful and beneficial to you. So hopefully this was helpful to you guys. And next week, I'm going to be talking about mental health and I've got a few giveaways on those. I've actually got like a journaling packet that I'll have ready for you for anyone who wants it. And if you guys want the Why Food Matters little template that I have, just say Why Food Matters in the comments. And if you are ready to take action, if you haven't already, if you're ready to take that action and you just need some help getting started, just say action in the comments. I will reach out to you. Like I said, maybe that's a resource I have in here. Maybe it's working together. Maybe we've got a boot camp coming up that's heavily, we cover nutrition on it. All right. And it's a 21-day boot camp. But we'll be talking more about that later. That's not the point of this video. The point of this video is why food matters for your movement, for your fuel, for everything. So just remember, don't run on E. Whenever you're thinking about eating, make sure you're repairing and rebuilding. Okay, so don't run on E too long after you've been playing with the kids, after you've been working out, after you've had a long day at work. Make sure you take breaks for your food, for your lunch, for your snacks. Okay, eat whole foods was number 3, and all of your macros matter. Don't cut any of them out. No carb cutting here. Okay. All right, guys. Hope y'all have a day and week. And if you need anything, action, maybe you're ready to take by yourself, whatever you have the tools, you're equipped, you're ready. No, but if you do need some help with that, also let me know. Reach out to my inbox, comment below. I will reach out to you later. And remember, I am strong. It's the affirmation today. Hope y'all have a wonderful day. Tell me your muscles, your little emojis in the comments, and tell me I am strong. And I will see y'all later. Have a great one. Bye. Let's see. I don't know how to end this. All right, here it is.